This is another video on the Hebrew alphabet that focuses on look-alike letters and final letters and the whole issue of the dagesh dots in the BGDKPT letters. Of course, BGDKPT, you will find out very soon, are the letters for BGDKPT. Those are the 6 letters that will take a dagesh, and it may affect their pronunciation. There's a different kind of dagesh that you'll also learn about, but that's where this is sufficient for where we're at now. So let's take a look at these. Final letter forms. Certain letters in the Hebrew alphabet, there are a few of them, take a different form when they occur at the end of a word. So we saw kaf in our alphabet video. Kaf, when kaf appears at the end of a word, it looks like this. It's the bottom of it straightens out and will go below the line. Final kaf. This was mem, and when mem occurs in final position, it looks like this. It looks more square. You can already tell that final kaf and final mem start to look like other letters in the alphabet, and we'll get to look-alike letters in a moment. This is final mem. Nun has a final form. It looks like this when occurring in final position. It'll go below the line. The bottom will straighten out and go below the line. Final nun. Pe has a final form. The bottom will straighten out and look like this. Below the line. Final pe. Tzadi has a final form. You can suspect the bottom will straighten out, and it looks like this. Final tzadi goes below the line. Now let's take a look at some look-alike letters, how to tell them apart. I would recommend you reviewing this video a lot until you can instantly tell one from the other. Here are 3 that look a lot alike. You'll notice the one on the right is, if we have an imaginary line right here, the one on the right goes below the line. That's how you're going to help. It's going to help you recognize final letter forms from their lookalikes. This is final kaf. It goes below the line. These other 2 are different. We have a resh and dalet, and then of course final kaf. Same thing here. The one on the left goes below this imaginary line. You see, when you start looking at Hebrew words, you'll see how they all sort of end at the same point, except for a few that will go below. Okay, this is a final form right here, and it is final nun. Looks a lot like vav, except the vav doesn't go below the line, and it also looks like zayin. The only difference between vav and zayin, of course, is zayin extends to the right hand side across the top right here. You can guess on the left we have a final form, because again it's going to extend lower than the other ones. That letter on the left is final tzadi, and it's distinguished from the one in the middle, which is ghayin, and the next one, which is normal tzadi. The best way to distinguish this one is, again, to look below the line. Now, to distinguish ghayin and tzadi, it might help to remember that tzadi has a level bottom, a straight bottom, whereas ghayin does not. Here are 4 that look a lot alike. Maybe it'll help to distinguish a few things before I reveal. Only one of them has an opening in the top, and only one of them has an opening in the bottom. And only one of them is pretty much perfectly square. Okay? So we have these 4 that look alike. upper left-hand corner is tet, tet. Below, left-hand side, final mem. And then samic. And then normal mem. 3 more. Again, only one of these has an opening right here. If you think of these as like a doorway, okay, one has a gap in the doorway, the other one's a complete doorway, and this one has at the bottom a little extension. Okay, so these 3 letters are respectively tav, chet, and he. A few words on the dagesh lene, which is my term for the hard dagesh, as Furtado will call it, and the begad kafat letters. So certain letters will have this dot in them. We have here with the dot b, bet. Without it, of course, we have a v sound. So here there's a difference in pronunciation. We have g, gimel, and without the dot, to our ear, it's the same, g. No discernible difference. We have d, dalet, and without the dot, again, to our ear, no discernible difference. We have k, kaf, and without the dot, we could have k or ch, the ch sound as in the chet, but again, there's really no real difference, but some will try to transliterate a difference. Most of the time, you'll either see a K or a K with an underline, some way to distinguish it, but realize again, to our ear, there's really no discernible difference. This one has a difference. We have p with a dot in pe, and without it, we have the f or ph sound, f. So that one matters. We have t for tav with a dot, and without it, we have t. It could also be the th sound. I'm creating some variability here in the slides deliberately because I want to, I'm only going to be consistent when it really matters. The P and the B are pretty obvious ones. The other ones you can go either way. So I guess I would summarize this by saying only bet and pay really make a difference in terms of the way we would pronounce things, or the way we would hear them. This is a biblical Hebrew course. This is not a spoken Hebrew course. So we don't need great precision in all this. We just need to be able to, at sight, we need to visually discern what the Hebrew letter means in terms of its sound. What sound does it make? What does it stand for in our own alphabet? That's the important point. That's the end of this video.